All right, hello everyone. My name is Joel. I will be your teacher for classical rhetoric, and I'm here with Daniel. And Daniel will be giving instructions for difficult points and words using Chinese.
OK，
对，
我就老师主要讲，我是负责把困难的词汇和知识点给大家用中文讲解清楚。
So let's start with what is rhetoric in classical education? What are we doing?
那在古典教育当中，什么是要修辞呢？我们在这门课当中要做什么呢？
You are now high school students, and so you are in the rhetoric stage of your education. And this is when you start to learn how to say things beautifully and persuasively. That's what rhetoric is. Use beautiful and persuasive words.
你们现在已经是高中阶段了，所以你们处于在修辞阶段。那在修辞学这门课当中，你们需要学会的是如何优美的、优雅的表达你的观点，并且你所表达的还有说服力。
So in this class, you will learn the grammar, the vocabulary, and the stylistic techniques to write and speak beautifully and well.
所以这门课你会学习语法、词汇以及一些写作的风格。学了这些，你就可以写出优美的文章。
So let's get started, shall we? We have 4 goals for our first class. Goal 1 is very important. Everyone must achieve this. We will practice making a keyword outline, what I call a KWO.
我们一共有4个目标，这节课第一个目标非常重要，每个人都要去掌握。这个目标是练习如何用一个关键词列出提纲，叫 KWO。
Next, we're going to retell a story using only your keyword outline.
那你列出就是关键词提纲之后呢，需要复述故事，你可以借助这个 KWO。
And I want you to correctly use new vocabulary from our story, which is listed here.
那第3个目标是需要学会正确的使用斜体字的这些词汇，都是我们课文中出现的。
And number 4, I will give you instructions on how to organize your writing binder tabs. This is a binder, and you can see here are 5 labeled tabs. I will tell you how to organize them, and you will need to get a binder.
就老师也会示范如何去做这个活页的文件夹，会有一些标签，一共有5个他会逐步的给大家讲解怎么使用。
Okay, class, so let's go to our first goal, making a keyword outline. This is what a keyword outline will look like.
这就是 keyword outline 的样子。
You can see right here is the letter I at the top. Let me circle some things for you. This letter I is the Roman numeral 1, and that will always be your topic sentence.
就是它圈的这个 I 是罗马数字的第1这是你的 topic sentence， 就是你的主题句。
Down here, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These will be everything else, your details, your supporting arguments, your conclusions, anything else.
那剩下1到5呢，是除了主题句之外的，比如说细节呀，或者其他任何文章中出现的一些关键信息。
And this outline method will be very effective to do something that we call paraphrasing.
那这 KWO 提纲呢，非常有用，我们可以用这个用你自己的话去讲述一个故事。
Paraphrasing is when you say something in your own words, and teachers that you'll have in America or the UK will tell you you must write things in your own words if you use someone else's idea. But the problem is, I had a very good teacher once who told me, when I was a boy, I always said, but I don't have any words. The book took all the good ones.
就 paraphrasing 的意思是用你自己的话进行表达别人的观点那他在举了一个笑话，美国课堂中那个学生对老师说， 但是我没有自己的话，因为课本上把所有好的话都拿走了，我该怎么说呢？
So the keyword outline will give you your own words.
那这个 KWO 就会告诉大家啊，你就会列出你自己的关键词。
Okay, so let's get to it. First, we're going to go over the Terracotta Warriors essay. So let's listen and repeat the vocabulary first. Okay, do this with me at home.
OK，我们现在先学第一篇课文，就是秦始皇兵马俑。那我们先学习词汇，跟老师读啊。
Okay, say it with me. Province,
Province,
province.
province,
A well,
a well,
a well.
a well,
Discovered,
discovered,
discovered.
discovered,
Entire army,
entire army,
entire army.
entire army,
Buried,
buried,
buried.
buried,
A field,
a field,
a field.
a field,
Created,
created,
created.
created,
A tomb,
a tomb,
a tomb.
a tomb,
Wonder,
wonder,
wonder.
wonder.
Okay, now I need you to speak. I will tell you an English definition. Somebody just call out which word is it.
现在老师会说出英文的解释，那你们可以打开麦克风，当听到一个定义的时候，你就可以报出那个英文单词是哪一个。
Okay, number one. This word means something is under the ground in a hole.
Army.
No, not army. Try again. Under the ground.
Buried.
Yes, buried. Okay. This word is the place where a farmer grows his crops, his wheat or his corn.
Field.
Yes, very good. This place is where you put a dead person. Tomb, yes. Okay. This word means it's when you say, wow, amazing.
Wonder.
Yeah, a wonder is something that, wow, so amazing. Okay, this word is a hole in the ground where you get water.
Well.
Yeah. Okay, last word. This is when you find something. Another word for find.
Discovered.
Yes, discovered. Okay. Okay, very last word. This word is Zhejiang or Jiangsu or Xinjiang.
Province.
Yes, a province. All right, very good. Now I want you to take out a piece of paper and write exactly what you see.
请大家拿出一张纸，把屏幕当中看到的原原本本的抄下来。
Okay, Terracotta Warriors at the top, and I, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
把这个标题 Terracotta Warriors 也抄下来，然后 I， 然后再1、2、3、4、5都写下来。
Okay, I'll give you 20 seconds to do that.
给大家20秒钟。
Okay, 5 more seconds. All right. Now we're going to make the KWO, the keyword outline for Terracotta Warriors.
现在我们要一起去做一下 KWO 提纲。
Okay, so up here, you have your title, Terracotta Warriors, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to write it. Okay. Now we're going to go through each sentence and write 3 key words. Only 3, no more.
现在我们会逐句进行选择关键词，每一句话3个单词，不能超过3个单词。
Okay, so I'll give you an example. The topic sentence. In 1974, a group of Chinese farmers in Xi'an province were digging a well when they discovered something amazing. Okay, now I'm going to choose 3 key words to remember the sentence. Right. By the way, keywords comes from this picture of a key. Here's a key for a door. A key opens a door, But key has another meaning. It means important. So a key word is important to open the door of your memory. Remember that. Okay, so let's choose 3. I'm going to choose farmers and digging and discovered. I want these 3 words. So I'm going to write them next to my I, my topic sentence. Farmers, digging, and discovered. Please write this on your paper. Farmers, digging, discovered. Your 3 key words.
请在自己的纸上写下这3个关键词。
Okay. I'll give you one more example, and then I'll ask someone to help me. The next sentence. An entire army of clay warriors was buried under their field. So I want to remember, okay, there was an army of warriors buried. Okay, so I'm going to write this. Army. Oh, look, I have warriors up here. So maybe I can choose a different keyword since I remember how to spell this. So I'm going to choose clay. Remember, they were clay warriors. Army of clay. And now you can use a letter or a number, and it doesn't count as a word. So I will use W, and then clay, W, buried.
因为标题已经有 warrior 这个单词了，所以我已经知道该怎么拼写它了。但是在第2句的时候呢，我就可以用 clay 来代替 warrior。不过你们可以用 W 这个标志代表是 warrior 这个单词。
So you can see you can have more than 4 things in each sentence, but only 3 words.
就是每一个key WO 当中，你只有3个关键词，但是你可以有其他的符号，进行补充。
So if you wanted to draw a picture, that could also be free. Buried under this picture of a field.
你可以画个图代表 field。
Okay. Now, next sentence, I need help. Okay. Let's read it. People who came to study the clay men found that each one had a different face and wore different clothing. I need someone, give me 3 key words to write.
任何一个同学可以提出3个关键词。
Okay, Chris. Chris has his hand raised. Chris, can you tell us?
People.
Okay, people.
Study. Clothing.
Study. Clothing. Okay. Now, I don't want you to make a mistake. Maybe some people remember people study their clothing, which is true, but why don't we add something here? Why don't we just remember D for different? People study, they have different clothing.
为了防止有误晓，所以我们可以加一个符号 D， 代表 different 不同的 clothing。
Okay. All right, next sentence. Who created these clay warriors? The first emperor of China, Qin Shi Huangdi, built the army to go in his tomb when he died. Okay, can someone raise your hand if you can give me 3 key words? Okay,
Chris.
I have Chris again. All right, thank you, Chris. Okay, Chris, give me another 3 key words.
Created.
Created.
Empire.
Empire.
Emperor.
Emperor. Okay.
And
Tomb. Okay.
Tomb.
I think you all know which emperor, so I will let you skip writing that. But American students would need to write the first emperor, created by the first emperor of China. Okay. Next sentence. Nowadays, people from all over the world travel to China to see these amazing clay warriors. Now I'm going to tell someone to give me 3 key words. I know Amanda can do it. Amanda, give us 3 keywords.
People travel China.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Why don't we add a few more details? People travel to China, and we can add a picture. Sorry, China, big C. China to see. I'm going to draw a picture of an eye. That's a scary eye. You can draw a nice eye if you want. Okay. Let's write our conclusion sentence. I will do it just to make it quick. Some people even call them the 8th wonder of the world. So I'm going to use a number, 8th wonder of the world. Okay, and that's enough. Now we have a keyword outline. Did everybody write it on your paper?
大家都在纸上写了这些提纲了吗？
Okay, good. You need this written down. Okay, now what we're going to do with the keyword outline is we're going to take away this. I can't take it away. I'm just going to try and make it really ugly to look at. We take away the source text. This is your source. You don't want to look at this. All right. We only want to look at the keywords. And we're going to use our KWO to retell.
尽量要把那个课文给遮住哈，然后我们用 KWO 进行复述故事。
All right. So I will give you an example. Whoops. All right. The Terracotta Warriors. In China in the 1970s, a group of farmers was digging in a field when they discovered something amazing. An army of clay warriors was buried under the field. People came to study the clothing and the faces and found they were all different. Who created the Terracotta Warriors? It was the first emperor of China, Qing Shi Huangdi, to put in his tomb. Nowadays, people travel to China to see the Terracotta Warriors. They are even called the 8th wonder of the world by some people. All right. So this is what we're going to do. You are going to retell your KWO to me by video or voice message for homework.
还有个作业就是大家用录音或者是录像的方式，借着你的 KWO 复述这一个 essay 这篇文章发到 Telegram 群里面。
Does anyone think that they can do it right now?
有没有同学现在就想尝试一下？
All right, I got Chris. Great. Okay. All right, Chris, can you take a go at this?
Let me see. Underground warriors.
Yes.
Let me see. There's a group of farmers who's digging so deep and have discovered a tomb underground. Which they found the group of entire army which were buried underground, and people studied about their faces and clothing. and the creator of this tomb is the first empire of China, Qin Shi Huang. People travel a long way to China to see, to have a look of this tomb, or a wonder, and they even said that this is the eighth wonder in the world.
All right, excellent. Thank you, Chris. Thank you for being the brave first one to try.
Yeah.
All right, everyone will do this either with Terracotta Warriors or with our next essay. Here, let me pull it up. The Dog and the Shadow.
大家2篇文章必须要挑至少1篇进行复述。
All right. So, The Dog and the Shadow is a fable. This is a type of story called a fable.
狗和它的影子是一个寓言故事。
And so a fable is a type of short story meant to teach a message.
一则寓言呢，就是一则小的故事，会给读者传递一些信息、一些教训。
Okay, so this is our main goal for the class today. So let's go over the vocabulary.
我们一起来把词汇过一遍。
Say it with me. Attributed.
Attributed.
A piece of meat.
A piece of meat.
A stream.
A stream.
A reflection.
A reflection.
Gently.
Gently.
As big as.
As big as.
Growled.
Growled.
Snapped.
Snapped.
Floated away.
Floated away.
Forever.
Forever.
Let's try that one more time. Say it with me. Attributed.
Attributed.
A piece of meat.
A piece of meat.
A stream.
A stream.
A reflection.
A reflection.
Gently.
Gently.
As big as.
As big as.
Growled.
Growled.
Snapped.
Snapped.
Floated away.
Floated away.
Forever.
Forever.
Okay. Now I'm going to give you an English definition. You can call out which word I'm talking about. Okay, number 1. Which word means the sound an angry dog makes?
Growl.
Yes, growl. Which one means you have like a big steak, some beef? What is that?
A piece of meat.
Yes, a piece of meat. Which word means we think somebody wrote this story?
Attributed.
Yes, attributed. Which word means the sound of a dog's mouth shutting like this?
Snap.
Yeah, snapped. What is the word for something that's moving on the water?
Float away.
Yeah. What's the word for something that goes on and never ends?
Forever.
Forever.
Very good. What's the word for not quickly, but slowly and smoothly?
Gently.
Yeah, gently. What's the word for what you see in the mirror?
Reflection.
Yeah, reflection.
Reflection.
And what's the word for a river, a small river of water?
Stream.
Yeah,
Stream.
stream. Okay. As big as, we call this a simile. You will see a simile in the story. The dog was as big as a bear. This is a key piece of language for you to remember.
As big as 是一种名誉，是一种修辞手法，叫 simile。
Actually, in this story, I don't think it's a simile, but you should remember this because it's important language. Okay. So let's read The Dog and the Shadow first, then we will make our KWO. Okay. The Dog and the Shadow, attributed to Aesop. If you don't know, Aesop is a very famous Greek writer of fables.
伊索就是伊索寓言，伊索。
Okay. A lucky dog found a piece of meat and was carrying it home in his mouth. While he was walking, he came to a bridge over a quiet stream. Here you see the dog on a bridge. It's just a log. He saw his own reflection in the gently running water. He thought it was another dog with a piece of meat twice as big as his own. You can see here's the reflection of the other dog. He doesn't think it's a reflection. He thinks it's a real dog. The dog growled and snapped at the other dog to get the larger piece. As soon as the dog opened his mouth, the meat he was carrying dropped into the water. The dog watched sadly as his dinner floated away and was gone forever. Those are sad words. Gone forever. Okay, so if you remember from Terracotta Warriors, we just put this title at the top of your KWO. So please copy the KWO if you haven't started yet. Copy it on your own paper.
把标题抄在大家的纸上，我们一起来做 KWO。
The dog and the shadow. Okay, so this time I'll give you an example for the topic sentence. A lucky dog found a piece of meat and was carrying it home in his mouth. So I want to remember, let's see, found, meat, carrying. I'm going to write that down. Found, meat, was carrying. If you want to remember more, you can draw a picture like in his mouth. Okay. Now I need help. I'm going to call on some new friends from our class to help us. So first sentence, while he was walking, he came to a bridge over a quiet stream. Tina, could you help us choose 3 key words here? Oh, we can't hear Tina. Okay, now we can hear you.
我这边有点吵，等我想好了再打开。
Okay, sorry. Okay, Tina's room is too noisy. Okay, I'm going to go, the next person I see here is Amanda. Amanda, can you give us this sentence? Give us 3 key words.
Walking bridge stream.
Okay. Walking, bridge, stream. Great, so now we can remember he was walking on a bridge over a stream. A quiet stream. Okay, the next sentence. He saw his own reflection in the gently running water. So the next person I see is Chris. Chris, please give us 3 key words.
I'll draw eyes as saw.
Okay.
And flexion.
Reflection.
Flexion.
Okay.
In water.
In the water, all right. That's good. You have the grammar included in here, so you remember it's in the water. Not on the water, not at the water, in the water. Okay. Now, let's see, who do I see next? I'm going to ask Daniel to call on someone here.
Joseph.
Okay, next sentence is, he thought it was another dog with a piece of meat twice as big as his own.
Another.
Okay, another.
I'll draw meat.
Okay.
And
Drawing meat. Very good.
Oh, thought another and draw meat and twice.
Okay. Twice. I can't erase yet, so I'm just going to write thought here. The thought goes at the beginning, so I'm going to draw an arrow.
Okay.
Thought another piece of meat twice as big as his own.
Oh,
Thought another dog had a piece of meat twice as big as his own. All right, good. Just 2 more sentences and we're done.
Jessica.
Okay, Jessica, please do the next one. The dog growled and snapped at the other dog to get the larger piece.
Growled, snapped.
Okay,
Another.
All right, and last of all, oh no, sorry, we have not last of all, next to last. As soon as the dog opened his mouth, the meat he was carrying dropped into the water.
Okay, Rebecca.
Okay, opened.
Dropped and water.
Dropped in water. Okay. We have one more sentence, so we just write number 6. And the dog watched sadly as his dinner floated away and was gone forever.
Okay, Eileen. Eileen. No. Stephen.
Sadly.
Sadly.
Float.
Float. Floated.
Gone.
Gone. Okay. Notice the words in this story are past tense. Most stories are past tense, so make sure you write the past tense in your outline.
一般故事都是用过去式，所以大家检查一下，确保你写的动词基本上都是过去式。
Okay. And I'm even going to let you write some grammar points. Remember, you must have was gone.
OK，然后有一些语法上需要注意的 ，gone 也一定要跟 was 在一起搭配。
Right? Gone is the participle, so you must write was gone. It's not correct to write the meat gone forever.
gone 是一个过去分词，是一个分词啊。如果只写 gone 的话，语法上是不对，所以你要加一个 was gone。
So we will count grammar as free. Grammar is for free in this class.
但是我们这节课就是语法，就大家不用太在意。
Okay. Now we have a KWO for the dog and the shadow. So I'll give you another example of how to retell it. First, we must get rid of our paper. We won't look at this. And we're going to use only the KWO to retell the story. The dog and the shadow. There was a dog who found a large piece of meat and was carrying it home in his mouth. The dog was walking on a bridge over a slowly running stream. He saw a reflection in the water. He thought it was another dog with a piece of meat twice as big as his own meat. So he growled and snapped at the other, whoops, not another, at the other. You can write this as one word. Grammar's for free. Not another, at the other. He growled and snapped at the other dog, trying to get the meat. But when he opened his mouth, the meat dropped into the water. The dog watched sadly as the meat floated away and was gone forever. Okay, now I will ask Daniel to choose for me one person who can retell this.
Okay, one person. Maybe Star. Star.
Yes. Can I use my own version of KWO?
Yes, that's excellent. Use your own version.
Okay. A dog found a meat and was carrying it to, wait, where did I write this? Carrying it and came to a bridge near above the stream. He saw the reflection in the water, but thought it was another dog carrying the meat. So he growled and snapped the other dog to get the meat. But when he opened his mouth, the meat dropped. He watched sadly as the meat floated away and gone forever.
Remember, was gone forever.
What's gone?
Excellent. Thank you, Star. I will give you a digital clap. All right. Great. So your job after class is to choose one of your KWOs, either the dog in the shadow or Terracotta Warriors. And I want you to use the public speaking method to retell the story. The public speaking method in our class is first, read your keywords. So we'll use the dog in the shadow. Read them in your head. Found, meat, carrying, mouth. Second, think of your sentence. Okay, so I think, okay, a dog found some meat and was carrying it in his mouth. Then last of all, look up and speak. Do not look at your KWO when you speak like this. Look up at the camera or at the voice recorder and speak. A dog found some meat and was carrying it home in his mouth. Then repeat this for the next sentence. You can do 2 at a time if you can remember. The only thing that you're required to do, most importantly, is do not read your KWO like this. You must look up and speak. Okay.
大家可以在2篇文章任挑一篇文章啊，然后有公共演说的方法有4步。第一步是 read， 就读一下你的 KWO keywords 关键词，然后第2步你在脑子里去想一下这个句子该怎么说，完了之后呢，你得脱稿，就抬头，不要看你的关键词啊，大家去复述出来，最后一步就是讲出来。那你可以每一句话都有这个4个步骤，如果你记性好，你可能2句话也可以一起做。
Okay. This may take you longer to do than if you were reading, and that's okay. There's no time limit.
也许这样子的话，可能你会花更多的时间去说哈，但是没关系，时间上是不限制你的。
So the more that we practice this, the more fluent you will become in public speaking, and this will be easy.
如果我们练得多，我们的演讲会更流利。
Okay. All right. So could someone retell me what your homework is for this week?
请同学来说一下这周作业是什么。
Okay, Chris, please tell us, what is your homework this week?
Rewrite the story by based on our keyword outline.
No, do not write it. This week, just retell it as an audio file or a video.
这一周作业大家就是用录音或者录像的方式复述这个故事。这两个当中任何both of them or
Just one. Choose one.
任挑一个进行复述，可以发语音，也可以发录像。
Okay. If these texts are too easy for you, because I know some of you, this will be very easy and very short, I will send another longer, more difficult text if you want to try something harder and more challenging.
如果你觉得这两篇文章有点简单，那就老师会发更长的，让你觉得对你有挑战一点的文章。
So for a longer one, let's just go over a keyword outline. If you choose to do a more challenging text, it will have more than one paragraph. So you will just do one paragraph like this. The next paragraph, you will put a 2 and numbers for each sentence. In the next paragraph, you will put a 3 and the numbers for each sentence.
如果文章比较长，可能有好几段，那第一段是罗马数字1了，1、2、3、4、5，每句话标出来。第二段就是罗马数字2，以此类推。
So you will find this in the app under this class or in your textbook if you want to do the more challenging text.
可以在你的教材或者是在我们的这个 APP 当中，我们会发过来给大家。
All right. Lastly, let's go over our binder tabs. Before we started the class, I asked everyone to get a binder.
老师要求大家都准备一个这个活页文件夹。
Okay. And I asked you to get these tabs.
需要有标签。
You need at least 5 tabs.
至少有5个标签。
Okay. I have the 5 tabs written here. Whoops. Hold on. Technology error. Oh. Hold on here. Okay. There we go. So I suggest that you get some stickers like this from a paper shop and use them to label each of your tabs. Number 1, see here, is source texts. 2, work in progress. 3, finished work. 4, vocabulary. And 5, notes.
OK，5个标签，至少5个。第一个是 source text，就是原文啊。第二个是讲的是你在进行当中的作业。第三个是你完成了这样子的一个作业。第四个讲的是语法。词汇，第5个是一些笔记。
Okay, and Daniel, can you get that hole punch? You will also need a 2-hole punch to put 2 holes in all of your papers so that they look like this. Holes to go in your binder.
需要给你的那个文章打个洞哈，然后可以放到你的文件夹里面。
2-hole punch, just ka-chunk. All right, so the last, if you have this, if you printed this out in preparation for class, this would go in tab 1, source texts. So I'm going to open up my binder. Oops. Going to go to tab 1, source text. I'm going to go behind the tab. See, I already have one in here. And I'm going to put my source text in the tab. Okay, so here is my source text. This is where I put it, so I don't look at it when I'm speaking.
OK， 把你的打印出来的原文放在第一个标签 source text 下面，然后你演讲的时候不能看，把它关起来。
Okay. Your KWO you can keep in your notebook, or if you have it on a loose piece of paper, that would go in number 3, finished work.
如果你的文章已经做好了 KWO， 那你要把这个笔记放在第3个标签 finished work 这个栏目当中。
Every assignment you finish, you put in number 3, tab 3. Okay. And number 4, vocabulary, will be for your homework. You're going to have a paper that looks like this sent to you by the app.
第4个 vocabulary 会有大家发作业，就是词汇的练习。
Okay, and this is to prepare for next class. It is the ly adverbs list for letters A through H.
这是下节课上课之前大家要完成的作业哈，是以 ly 结尾的副词的词汇表。
So you will take notes on adverbs, and I need you to have this list prepared with a Chinese definition right here where it says definition 中文。
第一列是副词英文的，第2列你用中文去标注这个词什么含义。
When you finish with the definitions, you can read the example sentences, and you will see that they make a story.
然后你完成了这个中文的注释之后呢，可以看一下最右边那一栏的例句，你读下来，它就是一个完整的故事。
This is 1, to help you review the words, and 2, if you want to use these new words, it's very helpful to see how. So I've given you an example of how.
这是帮助大家复习这样的词汇。另外呢，这种词汇也帮助你去表达用 how 就是什么方式，这种副词是一种形容动词的方式。
Okay. So let's review your homework. 1, create your binder tabs. Get a binder and tabs if you don't have one. You can find it on Taobao. 2, send a voice recording. Don't write an essay. Send me your voice speaking from your KWO. So send a voice recording to your class group retelling 1 KWO.
作业哈，大家准备好这个文件夹，然后把你的复述用录音的形式发到大家的群里面。
Okay, and last of all, please write your Chinese definitions right in the definition spot for your adverbs list from the app.
那最后呢，把这个词汇练习，请大家在下节课之前完成。
All right. And that is all for today. Thank you for coming to lesson 1 of classical rhetoric, writing, and speaking.
Okay.
All right. Goodbye, everyone.